Hello students, welcome to the class of electronic switching. Today we'll be studying Markov chain and Markov birth and death process. This is required for studying the telecommunication channel behavior and blocking probabilities. A Markov chain is named after the Russian scientist Andrei Markov. A Markov chain is a stochastic model, that is a statistical model describing a sequence of possible events in which the probability of each event depends only on the state attained in the previous event. In continuous time, it is known as Markov process. It is named after the Russian mathematician Andrei Markov. That is, nth state is dependent upon n minus 1 and n plus 1 is dependent upon nth state and no other state. Markov chain have many applications as statistical models of real world processes such as queues of customers arriving at an airport, animal population dynamics, etc. And on the state attained in the previous event only. This is very important. So let us see two-state Markov process. There are two states labeled as A and E. Each number represents the probability of the Markov process changing from one state to other state with the directions indicated by the arrow. For example, if the Markov process in state A, then the probability it changes to state E is 0.4 and it stays at state A is 0.6. Okay, so this is called a transition diagram. Now, what is Markov's birth and death process? The Markov process is a stochastic process that satisfies the Markov property, sometimes characterized as memorylessness. In simpler terms, what does it mean? It is a process for which predictions can be made regarding future outcomes based solely on the present state. The current state is sufficient to predict the future, and good amount of information can be predicted based upon the present state information. The birth-death process is a special case of continuous Markov process where the state transitions are of only two types. Births, which increases the state variables by 1, and deaths, which decreases the state by 1. The model's name comes from a common application, the use of such models to represent the current size of population. It is used in population study, where the transitions are literal births and deaths. Birth-death process have many applications in demography, queuing theory, epidemiology, biology and others. Now let us see a transition diagram. When a birth occurs, the process goes from state n to n plus 1. That is from state 0 to 1 or from 1 to 2, and when a death happens, it moves from state 1 to 0. The process goes from state n to n. When a death occurs, the process goes from state n to n minus 1. The process is specified by the birth rates lambda I and death rates mu I. So mu1 is the possibility of a death at state 1 and lambda 0 is the possibility of a birth at state 0. So a birth death Markov process is a Markov process where state changes from pi to I plus 1 is given by a birth bi, and state change from pi to back to I minus 1 is given by a death di. So the transition diagram So the transition diagram, as can be seen, that P01, as can be seen that P01 is the probability of changing the state from 0 to 1, and P10 is the possibility or the probability of change from P1 to 0. And what is P11 and P22? P22 is the, or P11 is the probability that a state having a state 1, it will remain at state 1, that is P11, and similarly for P22. In other words, the possible events in a birth-death Markov process are exactly one birth and exactly one death. Now in the Markov process, if we assume the arrival that is a birth and departure that is the death rates at each state per unit of time is equal, so lambda 1 will be equal to lambda 2 equal to lambda 3. Let all these births are given by lambda, and all deaths, that is mu 1 equal to mu 2, let that be equal to mu. So there are two rates, one is birth rate given by lambda and one is death rate given by mu. If these two rates are equal and chances and probabilities are very low, then it behaves like a Poisson distribution. So, what is the probability of an arrival occurs at time interval delta t? So, lambda was per unit time. So, in delta t, the probability will be lambda into del t, and a death or a departure. In a population study, it will be a death, and for suppose a Q, it will be a departure. So the probability of departure occurs in the time interval delta t is mu into delta t. So as can be seen over here, lambda delta t, through lambda delta t is going from state 0 to state 1, and by mu delta t it is coming back to from state 1 to state 0. So in the steady state, P0 lambda is equal to P1 mu. P0 lambda is equal to P1 mu. That means if a state 1 does not grow or decay, so whatever incoming, that is your P0 lambda, that will be equal to outgoing, that is your P1 mu. Incoming is P0 lambda and outgoing is P1 mu. So P0 lambda in the steady state only, this is important, in the steady state, that is no growth or decay in a specific state, P0 lambda is equal to P1 into mu. So P1 is equal to P0 into lambda upon mu. This is equation 1. Similarly, P1 lambda is equal to P2 mu for the second state. P1 lambda is the incoming and P2 mu is the outgoing. So P2 is equal to P1 into lambda upon mu. But what is P1? P1 is P0 into lambda upon mu. So if I put it over here, P1 in place of P1, we place P0 into lambda upon mu into lambda upon mu. So that becomes P0 into lambda upon mu whole square. Now in state 2, we have P2 lambda is equal to P3 mu, from which we get P3 is equal to P2 into lambda upon mu, and P2 is equal to P0 into lambda upon mu whole square. So it becomes P0 into lambda upon mu whole cube. So we see that P1 is equal to P0 into lambda upon mu, P2 is equal to P0 into lambda upon mu whole square, and P3 is equal to P0 into lambda upon mu whole cube. So every state probabilities, that is PIF from I equal to 1 to n, can be expressed in terms of the P0, the first probability. So unfortunately, still we are not being able to know the value of P0. So how do we know the value of P0? We need one more equation to solve this. So you know sum of all the probability is equal to 1. So P0 plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 dot dot equal to 1. So P0, and what is P1? P1 is P0 into lambda upon mu. P0 into lambda upon mu, that is lambda upon mu whole to the power 1 into P0. P0 plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus dot 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 is equal to 1. So if we take P0 common, that becomes 1 plus lambda upon mu plus lambda upon mu whole square plus lambda upon mu whole cube plus dot 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 is equal to 1. Now this is a GP series, infinite GP series, 1 divided by 1 minus r. So that is P0 into 1 divided by 1 minus the common ratio lambda upon mu is equal to 1, infinite GP series. So P0 is equal to 1 minus lambda upon mu. If we call lambda upon mu equal to rho, this becomes 1 minus rho. So P0 is equal to 1 minus rho, or rho to the power 0 1 minus rho. P1 becomes rho to the power 1 1 minus rho. P2 becomes rho square, where rho is equal to lambda upon mu into 1 minus rho cube. P3 is rho cube into 1 minus rho, and the k state probability Pk is equal to rho to the power k into 1 minus rho. So whatever we have discussed in this lecture, Markov process, Markov birth and death process, and find out in steady state what are the possibilities or the probabilities of each state by a simple reductions. Thanks for your kind listening.